Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Builders of Greece. This is the prologue that just released on Steam, probably yesterday when this video releases, which is in the middle of September 2023. Found this game a few days back, it looked kind of interesting, and I'm a big fan of anything management related. And this seems to be a little bit of a combination of RTS and management simulators. So a little bit survival management simulator and then some combat parts to it as well, which is really interesting. I really enjoyed the game called Banished back in the days, and this kind of reminded me of that art style at least. So let's just jump into it. The prologue doesn't have that much to mention in regards to the game as a whole. We're just gonna kind of kick it off. I've been playing around with the game a little bit in a save game, but we're gonna start a new one today. You get to select between if you want more hints or less hints. I'm gonna select the less hints this time around. And we'll get straight into it.
The island is already visible on the horizon. Unfortunately, we lost many people and a significant part of our resources to the storm. I'm afraid we'll have to struggle for survival on this land before we can begin our main task. After all, we set out to turn this place into the cradle of our culture, crowned by a theater so magnificent it would astound even Olympus. I'll assist you in this endeavor as much as I can, but you must roll up your sleeves and get to work. We dismantled the damaged ships and managed to recover some useful materials. But the people are already on the verge of exhaustion. Despite our limited resources, we must offer them at least a semblance of civilization. Don't delay. Choose a location where the Agora, the heart of this colony, will be constructed. It will serve as our starting point for claiming this untouched island. So make sure that we have easy access to all nearby resources.
Okay, so it's actually quite a nice little game. I like the art style that they've gone for here. Not like super realistic, but still kinda nice with the foliage and all that. You can see that maybe they reset your settings when you go out of the game. No, my settings are still the same. Okay, just the anti-aliasing is messing a little bit with the shadows when you're moving around like this. It's not super visible if you go fast around stuff, but yeah, if you go really slowly you can clearly see the jitter and shadows as it's recalculating everything. Minor things though, this is still a very early build of the game, so I'm not gonna be too nitpicky, but I'm gonna point out stuff that I find could be improved, of course. So, first off, we need to build an agora. This is kind of your city hall, or what you want to call it. So it's right here. The agora is the heart of the polis, where the life of all residents unfolds. It houses the treasury and serves as the main storage and shelter for homeless, which is nice. Q and E allows you to rotate the map, R allows you to rotate buildings. So I'm gonna place that, let's go right here.
Distributed food to the people and checked what resources we have left. It's bad, even worse than I initially assumed. The worst part is that after such a storm, we're probably written off as lost, so we can't expect help from outside. Right now, what we need most is shelter and food. We have to survive and be ready to help others who might have also made it through this nightmare. The main task is going to take longer than we thought.
Okay, so as you might have noticed, a lot of this game is being narrated by this guy up here. So as you kind of continue, you'll get more and more narration in the game as you go. So we need to do a few things right now. We need to get a Thetis cottage and a fisherman hut or a hunting lodge. I will start with a few of our residential buildings right here. Something that I really like is they're using the number keys for the different categories that you have here. I just wished that they added these to have hotkeys as well. Maybe like F1 through 12 and then something like Control F for the lower row or something like that. I would like to see hotkeys for these as well, not only for the actual categories. But that's a minor thing as well, and something that they easily can add if they feel like it is necessary. So all of our buildings needs to be, or not all of them, but the majority of our buildings needs to be close to either a housing like we have right here. It needs to be close either to the, I will never remember what this is called, I'll call it City Hall probably in the future, but the Agora. We needs to be close to the Agora, or it needs to be close to a warehouse. So some sort of storage, each house needs to have access to it. We need to build 8 of these. So I'm just going to place out a little bit of a setup right there. You can notice that everything is actually being built automatically as soon as you place it down. So there is no kind of build time to anything. Everything seems to be built instantly, always. Which is kind of interesting. I haven't played too many games that have like instant build stuff like that. But I guess that is a option that you can go for as well. Okay, so there we have the cottages that we need. Now we need a fisherman hut or a hunting lodge. I did go for a fisherman hut in my last playthrough that I did on this game, and I didn't really understand how it works. It seems like they are fishing, but very, 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 very slowly. So I'm gonna actually go for a hunting lodge this time around. And we might as well place that somewhere. Yeah, let's go like over here. You can see that above my mouse cursor there is 100%. That is kind of how efficient the building will be able to be. It doesn't mean that it will be 100%, but it will be able to get to 100%. And for the hunting lodge, this is impacted by things like forests and things like that. So if you don't have a forest around it, then it will produce less. But it will also mean that it will kind of build its own forest. So it's not the end of the world if you don't have a forest at the moment. It seems like, at least. As I said, I didn't actually use this before.
People no longer need to spend their nights in the Agora, and the sight of growing food supplies has eased their anxiety about the future. Now we have to make sure that the first buildings we erected here are not the last. To achieve this, we require basic building materials. Let us construct more production buildings and ensure that warehouse workers in the Agora or warehouses have the best access to them.
Okay, so next up we need a woodcutter's house and a quarry. Let's see if this guy actually got to work or not. Doesn't look like anyone is working right now. Let's unpause the game and they should be getting going with the work here. The thing is that I don't really understand how this percentage works. It seems like it is very inconsistent of when it's actually doing anything. Now I understand, because no one is actually at the workplace, which makes a decent amount of sense, I guess. So next up we need a woodcutter's house and a quarry. I will place that down around here somewhere. Let's see if we can we tile these? Yes. So we'll go with you there, and then I kind of want to have one that goes here somehow. Okay, it looks like the road doesn't actually have a negative impact on the building here, so I'm gonna go with you right here, and then we're gonna have a warehouse in between all of these. What are we complaining about here? We don't have enough workers at the moment. Okay, so one thing that we can do with that, we can actually tell this guy to be paused, and that will give us a little bit more workers. So we started the game with 16 workers. It looks like they are producing workers like crazy at the moment. So children are hastily growing up. So we now have 21 people. To start up this one, I think we need 5. Yes. So I'm just gonna leave him for now, and then we're gonna build a quarry instead. And I'm gonna build that right here.
I know we've just gotten back on our feet and stopped being afraid of tomorrow, but we mustn't forget our purpose here. It's high time to start laying the foundation for a theater that will become the envy of all surrounding Paulice. Even such a symbolic gesture will give people a glimmer of hope that all is not lost yet.
Okay. So there is also a help menu where you get information about all kinds of things.
Principles by which the polis is governed.
I will not go through all of them, but if you want to, you can pause right there and you can read any of them. Designate the location for the construction of the theater. So this is one of the kind of Greece-specific parts of it, I guess, where you are building these sort of kind of service buildings. So a theater is a special place where the community gathers to watch dramatic performances filled with moral dilemmas. So I like that to be sort of overlooking this, right? That seems like a kind of cool idea if you ask me. So I'm gonna go somewhere right here. That'll probably be pretty good. And then they want you to... This is one of the weirder parts. I just built a theater and now I need to upgrade or build the first tier of it. It's the only building so far that I have noticed that you actually need to do this. All others seems to be working completely differently.
People are delighted to hear that despite all adversities, they can contribute to the construction of a wonderful building. But we have a long way to go to win their hearts and ensure their loyalty. Maybe some wine and clay jugs will do the trick. After all, when people are happy, work seems to go faster. Let us consider extracting clay from nearby deposits and processing it.
Okay, so now they're asking us to be producing clay. I will do that, but I would like to get housing for everyone first. We're growing really quickly. Like insanely fast. We started with 30 people. Maybe I should even slow this down a little bit so they're not like multiplying like rabbits. Because yeah, this is insane the way it is right now. We have 10 children at the moment. 10 homeless, 0 children. Okay, so I guess the majority of them kind of just grew up. Yeah, because we don't have any children right now at all. So new buildings has been unlocked. We're still waiting for a little bit more stone. We should just now have that. So we can build another house. Housing in general doesn't actually hold that many people. So each building only holds, I think it's 3 residents or something. Yeah, so you can see that there's 3 residents in the majority of these houses. A few of them only have 1. Okay, how is it looking with all of this stuff? So we are actually producing fairly consistently, which is good to see. Probably want to get another quarry eventually. But we don't have too many people that's actually working, so... Gonna have to figure that out a little bit later. Our current mission is to build out the clay pit, which is definitely something we are looking to do. Looks like we actually do need to speed this up a little bit, otherwise it will take a long time for this stone to actually produce. Something that I do have noticed in regards to this game is that everything is excessively slow, I would say. Unless you're playing on the highest speed, you have to have multiple of these quarries, multiple of these woodcutters as well. It is constantly just you waiting to be able to build new things. A lot of these games are that way, I do understand that, but I feel like this is more than other games. And I also feel like the tutorial itself in the early game, it doesn't really tell you about that. It tells you to build 1 clay pit, it tells you to build 1 wooden woodcutter, it tells you to build 1 quarry. So let's place you right here somewhere, I guess. I don't think this will actually intrude on anything else. So there we go. That is 5 out of 6 workers in that quarry, and that should get us going. That means that we can place a clay pit as well. We don't have any workers for the clay pit though, so we could probably get a few people off the quarry. Let's put 4 workers on the quarry. We also have unlocked the technology panel. This is something that's also a little bit weird in this version of the game. It doesn't really tell you that you did that in the early game or the beginning of the game. You actually don't have access to
Here
that.
you can choose which buildings and technologies you want me to research to enhance the level of scientific advancement in our polis.
But then again, sometimes you do have it. So what we can do here is that we can upgrade to different things. It seems like it's mainly just kind of efficiency things. So build more of X, build more of Y. So I'm gonna upgrade our stone production. And then I'm gonna upgrade our wood production. And you'll see that the research is ongoing. And then we need a ceramics workshop once we have that working. You can also click on this panel up top here with all of your items. And you can add other things that you want to add. So we will add the clay to there, and we will also create the ceramics. So I'll add that as well. And then you can see that we actually don't have very much clay, and these guys are complaining about not having a warehouse. If there's something I would ask for is to have this pop-up. Should pop up when I'm just hovering over it here. Did we have any housing upgrades? Maritime trade, stone roads, larger warehouses. Does not look like we have any housing upgrades right now, at least. Okay, we got some refugees. Refugees from a distant lands have arrived in our polis. They say their homes have been burned by invaders and now they wander the world, seeking a new home. We can accept them, but our people may not be pleased with this decision. Remember, news spreads quickly and the refugees we accept now may not be the last seeking shelter in our polis. Okay. The population will increase, your stability of the polis will slightly decrease, the satisfaction of citizens will temporarily decrease. Okay, I think we probably still want to go with the accept option here. Because we need the workers. Happiness of the citizen will temporarily decrease. I think that's fine. So happiness is what makes them furious and things like that and impacts the work efficiency. So that's why we are currently working on this ceramics workshop. To get that up, and part of that is probably that they don't have anywhere to sleep as well, which is not fantastic. But on the other hand, we have 47 people that can actually work for us now, so that is instead a benefit. Oh, we can't actually build here at all, even if we wanted to. Okay. I guess we're not doing that then, so let's just continue you down. Maybe there is some 2-slot building that we can build that eventually. And let's continue here instead. Okay, looks like we are getting clay now, so maybe we can get the ceramics soon. We need some wood and some stone. The stone is being gathered. It is not very fast though. Yeah, this is what I mean. We're having 4 people shopping stone right here. There is 91 stone left, but for some reason the percentage is not going up. Why is that? That's my confusion. I don't fully understand why that happens. Same thing here. Same thing here. Is it because our happiness is so low? Technically our work efficiency is 0%. Is it really 0%? Like they're just not working? I don't know. And the guidance doesn't really tell you that much. It kind of just says, in order for the population and your policy to thrive, ensure that basic needs of the citizens are met, which means providing them with food and shelter. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're expecting here. But we definitely need housing. We still have 18 people homeless, which is not good. Definitely need a better situation than that. So if we could produce more stuff, then we could also build houses. But again, these guys are not really willing to do that. The happiness should be improving here shortly, at least. Unsure how big of an impact that has on the furious people right now. But yeah, definitely not great. We're not producing anything right now. Okay, so we just managed to get the downside from taking those population in, and we're now at a position of being angry, but they are still not having the work efficiency that they need. And we also got this treasure discovery. On one of the construction sites, cries of joy echoed as the workers unearthed a valuable treasure, more likely remnants of the ancient inhabitants of this land. We can either transfer it to the treasury or show our generosity by distributing the precious items to the citizen. Place it in the treasury or give it to the people. Happiness of the citizens will temporarily increase. We are really getting slaughtered by happiness at the moment. And I'm from Sweden, so I'm technically a socialist, I guess. So give it to the people, right? Give everything to the people. If they can get up so they can actually start working again, that would be fantastic. They're still angry with me, so I'm not sure that's actually gonna happen, but I would really like it to. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's a thing. And I don't know if I can do anything about it either. So we're up to 67 in happiness, and they're still angry. So how do we get them to be happy? Can we go and do something like delete a few buildings like this? What if we do that? And then we build a few houses for them. Maybe they will be a little bit happier with us then. I kinda just really want them to not be super dissatisfied. We're up to 74 now. Wait, we were at 60 something before. And now we built more houses for them, and now they're even more angry. And now that's minus 80. Oh, it's because people are starving now. Yeah, it's just becoming worse and worse as we go here. What are they actually, like, what are they expecting me to do here? Can I build one of these guys here? No, I cannot. What if I, like, demolish a house and get that built? Because obviously it's happiness that's the issue here. We need happiness for these guys to... So if we get this guy, but he won't be building anything because they're so fucking angry at me. How am I supposed to get around this? I really don't understand that. Where am I supposed to get happiness from? Is it that I need to be faster? I don't know, and the game doesn't tell me. Yeah, now everyone is super hungry because we haven't actually been doing anything at this place. Like, production grinds to a complete halt. It's not like slower production than otherwise. It is literally zero. And there is, to my knowledge, it seems like there is no way for you to actually gain happiness unless you can produce. And you can't produce unless you gain happiness. So it's kind of catch-20, a moment 22 there. Especially with food. Once you're out of food, then everyone is going to be furious at you, and there's nothing you can do about that. So now everyone is as angry at me as they can be. 100%. They are furious. They're hating their leader. And I'm starting to think, is this because we had a lot of homeless people? Should we not have taken that group in? Somehow? Would that have been the better option here? Might have been like that is what happened. But then again, we did have no hungry people before, and we didn't reach a state of working because it looks like they are not actually... They don't really have... Excuse me? Is there a theater out in boomfuck nowhere? What is that doing there? They are slowly dying, but they're so dissatisfied as well that I don't think this is salvageable. And houses fall into ruin? How can that happen? If people are homeless, how can they fall into ruin? Is there sick people now as well? What does this guy mean? Not sure. Normal taxes. Can I make you happier by giving them tax relief? No. Maybe. 3 out of 8 Thesis residents are supplied with meat, which constitute 37% of the population. Okay. But that's because everyone is dying right now. And now housing is getting... Yeah, this is so weird. We have homeless people, but we're also having homes that are not being populated. For some reason, which I really do not understand. Do we get anything back for that? We do. So I can build new houses now and they will move into those. Yes. Wait, so they will not move into a house where someone else has moved out? Is that true? That seems like a really weird system. So now they are starting to work again, I guess. Work efficiency is at 20% now. Yeah, now we're seeing them working. Okay, so this is insanely hard then. Gosh, that's brutal. It's not that they're working less efficiently when work efficiency goes down. Work efficiency literally means that. Right now they're working at 20% of the efficiency that they could. If it goes down to 0, it means 0. Zilch, nada. They ain't doing nothing. That is insane. How ruthless that is. I wonder if that is going to continue being that way, or if they're gonna put a limit to that. Because that seems really rough. Like incredibly rough. I really wish you could click on this and get it rebuilt. Having to always go in and deal with it like that. And yeah, they're missing a lot of tooltips. That is my biggest grief right now. So we are producing meat now, but we're not getting any of it out of here. Not fast enough at least. So how is it going here? We have a work efficiency of 60% now actually, so it is going up. It's going in the right direction, that's for sure. We just need to make sure that we have enough food. We have 2 out of 12 that are hungry. Out of 25. I don't know how that math works, but yeah, math. Okay, do we have a house for everyone now? We do. And the work efficiency is 70%. And that's partially probably because we are having these guys, maybe? No, they're just not working at all. That's probably because we don't have any clay. But it says we have 9 clay. So we should be able to have them working. Where are everyone? They should all be at work. Do we need a marketplace to be able to distribute that or something? Maybe that is something that we need to do. So we have a warehouse. No, we have that... what was it called? This guy, Agora. You already do exactly the same stuff as everyone else, right? So I don't really need a market. Maybe I should have a market. Let's build a market. Let's see what that's all about. What's the worst that can happen, right? So we'll do that, and then... I'm not sure if we should do anything else. People are kinda happy right now, so... Looks like we are stabilizing a little bit. We have food, we're getting the stuff that we need. Maybe we should build that clay pit again then, now that we have some workers.
We are
Place that
claiming more
right
and
there.
more land on this island. Soon we will plant the first vineyards, irrigate them, and enjoy the first jug of the gods' drink. Before that, however, we need to make sure our warehouse workers in the Agora get all the help they need. Efficient logistics, including roads, markets, and warehouses, is the foundation of a thriving economy.
Okay, so reach a population of 50 feties. Don't really understand how we're supposed to do that. All things considered. Build Noria, build winery. What is a Noria? I saw that right here. A water wheel responsible for irrigating the fields in sun-scorched areas. Only Noria can provide cultivated fields with proper access to water. Okay. So this is for if we have... we actually do need pottery for that. So you guys need to get to work. Why are these guys not working? That's something I don't understand. What's up with that? So yeah, the marketplace is exactly the same as everything else, so we don't really need a marketplace. What? Ah, I don't get it. Why is it not working? Are you supposed to put pottery somewhere specific? These buildings are true paradise for Greek craftsmen. Here they often create richly decorated stuff. Okay. Do you need roads around you completely? No? Yeah, I really don't understand why it's not building anything. We have 9... Do we need more than 9? Is it that we need like 10 maybe for one? Is there like a trade route that doesn't make sense? Like a 10-to-1 ratio here, maybe? I wonder if this was bugged. I just restarted it and now it seems like it's working. I didn't do anything other than click this snooze button twice. And it seems like now it's actually doing stuff. And with the production of wine, I think we are going to wrap it up here. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then click that subscribe button and of course leave a comment down below. If you want to see more of this, then there is another part 2 coming to this video as well. So just another reason for you to subscribe, of course. And I would love to see you in the next episode. So until then, bye bye everyone.